Hello and welcome to the Tennessee Star Evening News Update for Tuesday, July 12th, 2022. I'm Patrick Leahy. In the news tonight, the first real debate for the hotly contested race for the Republican nomination in the newly redrawn 5th Congressional District begins later tonight in downtown Nashville. We'll tell you who will take the stage at this first of its kind event and who will not. Up next, controversy at the Davidson County Nashville Metro Council over proposals to support Nashville as the host city for the 2024 Republican National Convention. Progressives on the council want to stop the convention, but Republicans across the state are committed to bringing the event to Music City. And in our lead story tonight, we have new updates on the controversy surrounding the 585 members of the Tennessee National Guard who, as of June 30th, are on non-payment status and are on a path to be discharged from the Tennessee National Guard. We'll be back with that story and more after these messages.
Williamson County is a unique and wonderful place. We've worked hard to get here. Our success was founded on conservative principles and common sense solutions. Gino Bolso and his wife Kathy chose our community over a quarter century ago for these reasons. Gino wants to represent us in Nashville. A rock-solid conservative, Gino will promote fiscal responsibility, common sense growth, and he will support law enforcement. Vote Gino State Representative. Paid for by Bolso for State Representative Bob Weatherly, Treasurer.
In our lead story tonight, there is an interesting development in the status of the Department of Defense mandate that required members of the Tennessee National Guard to take the COVID-19 vaccine by June 30th or face dismissal. That June 30th deadline has come and gone, and 585 members of the Tennessee National Guard have refused to take the COVID-19 vaccine, and Big Army has begun the process that will end in their discharge from service. Step one in the process of discharging those 585 members from the Tennessee National Guard began on June 30th when they were removed from the payroll and lost health and life insurance benefits. The federal government pays those salaries, but there's strong consideration among several members of the Tennessee General Assembly to call for a special session to address that problem, possibly by using the surplus in the state of Tennessee budget to pay these 585 National Guard members. While National Guard members are in the state of Tennessee and not deployed to other countries or other states, they are under the command of Governor Bill Lee. So far, he has said nothing about calling for a special session to address the problem. Either the governor or the leadership of the Tennessee General Assembly can call for a special session. These 585 members of the Tennessee National Guard, who are now in non-payment status, are on a path to being discharged unless the governor, the General Assembly, or Congress take action. Each state National Guard has a separation board consisting of officers of the Guard who have the authority to dismiss National Guard members in their states. Our own Neil W. McCabe has this report on a little used power of the United States Senate that could make it very uncomfortable for any National Guard officer on one of these state separation boards if they choose to get rid of these 585 members of the Tennessee National Guard who have refused to take the COVID-19 vaccine.
Army National Guardsmen and other soldiers who have requested a medical exemption from Big Army's COVID-19 vaccine mandate continue to serve as they await a decision. Attorney and former Army JAG officer Sean Timmons told the Star News Network that this process is corrupted by military leaders who overrule doctors and rescind medical exemptions those doctors have granted.
We've seen senior military commanders who are overruling independent physicians and putting them under duress to change their medical opinion. That to me is unethical and an unlawful action. I've seen it across different Army installations. So individual physicians in their duty to care for their patient are conducting an examination and saying, yes, I agree, you should be given a medical exemption or a medical waiver from mandatory vaccination.
Timmons said he has personal knowledge of an Army doctor who was dismissed from his duties after the doctor signed off on a medical exemption based on the danger the COVID-19 vaccine posed to one of his soldier patients.
That physician was removed from his job and then overruled, and they made the soldier see another doctor who then complied with the mandate from higher command to deny medical waivers and medical exemptions.
The partner at Tully Rinke said, "The treatment of that physician was beyond unethical. It was illegal."
That to me is wholly unlawful because you're removing the patient and provider privilege communications, and you're removing the ethical concern the doctor has as a duty to treat a patient. And by just having a doctor rubber stamp whatever action the command wants is not complying with the ethical duty to provide care independent of duress from unethical actors.
Timmons said he and other lawyers at his firm have successfully argued in front of some separation boards that the mandate itself is an unlawful order.
The COVID-19 vaccine directive to take the shot that's being provided at this time is an unlawful order because it is a medication, not really a vaccine. And if a medication is experimental and it is not effective to the extent advertised.
Reporting for the Star News Network, Neil W. McCabe, Washington.
We will keep you posted as this Tennessee National Guard story continues to develop. Up next, Star News Network Chief Meteorologist Daphne DeLorean with the Middle Tennessee Fresh Forecast.
Hey friends, Chief Meteorologist Daphne DeLorean here. A cold front pushing through Middle Tennessee brings a chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms through tonight, overnight, even into very early on Wednesday morning. Now, a few of these storms could be on the stronger side, and damaging wind will be the greatest threat with some of those stronger storms. As we get to tonight, keep that in mind. We have the rain, we have the storms, and it's really going to be a muggy night ahead with dew points in the 70s. If you are heading out, 87 degrees, right around 7 p.m. An overnight low, seasonable 71 degrees, right around where we should be for this time of year. Now, we get to Wednesday, that cold front will officially be off towards the east. If you get a shower, it's going to be a really isolated event and very, very early on Wednesday morning. And then that sunshine comes up. It's going to be beautiful. And my favorite part is going to be less humid. You're going to notice noticeably less humid conditions with dew points in the 60s versus dew points in the 70s, which does make a big difference when you head out and about. Okay, so tomorrow evening, partly cloudy skies, a little bit cooler for your 7 p.m. temperature, 84 degrees, and your overnight low of 69. Now, once this cold front pushes through, we're setting up for a fantastic finish to the week. Thursday and Friday, you have the sunshine, you have seasonable temperatures, which is still hot, but again, not like last week with those dangerous heat indices. Again, that is now a story of the past with temperatures in the lower 90s both Thursday and Friday. So that's what I have to wrap up the week. How about the weekend? I'll let you know if we have any rain in the forecast and if we have what kind of heat we have coming up tomorrow right back here at 5 p.m. with your Middle Tennessee Fresh Forecast. I'm Chief Meteorologist Daphne DeLorean wishing you a wonderful day.
Welcome back. Sources tell the Tennessee Star that the Republican National Committee has narrowed its selection for the host city for the 2024 Republican National Convention to just two cities, Nashville, Tennessee, and Milwaukee, Wisconsin. When the last pre-COVID Republican National Convention was held in Cleveland, Ohio, during the summer of 2016, Cleveland's Democrat mayor and city leadership worked closely with Ohio's Republican governor and the Republican National Committee to ensure the event was a safe and secure success. I attended that convention, and I can attest to the great job the city of Cleveland did hosting the event in a bipartisan effort. But progressive members of the Davidson County Nashville Metro Council appear to be adamantly opposed to letting Republicans host their 2024 convention in the Music City. That opposition is so fierce that Council member Robert Swope, one of just a handful of Republicans on the council, felt compelled to temporarily withdraw his motion that would have put the Metro Council fully behind the hosting of the 2024 Republican National Convention in Nashville. Fortunately, for those who want to bring that convention to Music City, the Metro Council cannot stop the Republican National Convention, a private operation, from coming to Nashville, but they can make it much more difficult. Across the state of Tennessee, Republicans have declared that they are fully supportive of bringing their party's 2024 convention to Nashville. The problem is simple. Who will put up the money to make sure the event will have the kind of overwhelming security forces that will be necessary to minimize the possibility of violent protests? Governor Bill Lee, who has been silent on the possibility of convening a special session to address the Tennessee National Guard problem, over the weekend indicated he was very receptive to the idea of convening a special session to address the financial and security issues that now appear to be holding up a decision by the Republican National Committee to host its 2024 convention in Nashville. We'll keep you posted on this rapidly developing story. In our final story tonight, the first real debate in the race for the Republican nomination in Tennessee's newly drawn 5th Congressional District is about to take place in downtown Nashville. The debate is sponsored by the Epoch Times, Young Republicans of Nashville, and Nashville Republican Women, and will feature questions to the candidates from nationally recognized subject matter experts, including Gordon Chang on China, Carol Swain on education, and Hans von Spakovsky on election integrity. But there's a twist in this evening's event. Two of the leading candidates in the race, former Speaker of the Tennessee House Beth Harwell and retired Tennessee National Guard Brigadier General Kurt Winstead, are not showing up. Harwell never accepted the invitation. She'll be at a Washington, D.C. fundraiser instead, and depending on who you talk to, Winstead either accepted the invitation and backed out or didn't accept the invitation. He's apparently also at a fundraiser tonight in Tennessee. Three candidates, however, will be in attendance. Murray County Mayor Andy Ogles, West Point grad and combat veteran Jeff Byerline, and State Senate staffer Trace Whittam. The primary election is barely 3 weeks from now on Thursday, August 4th, and early voting begins this Friday. That's the Tennessee Star Evening News Update for Tuesday, July 12th, 2022. I'm Michael Patrick Leahy. I'll see you on the radio tomorrow morning from 5 a.m. to 8 on Talk Radio 98.3 and 1510 WLAC.